grade, welcome to math time. I'll be teaching you 3 things today. The first thing is how to use a number line. Number line, that's 2 words. And then I'll be teaching you 2 new symbols. This one right here is called greater than, and this one is called less than. I'll show you how they work. And then the last thing I'm going to teach you is all about number patterns. I'm going to show you how to find missing numbers in a number pattern. Let's go to number 1, how to use a number line. This right here is a number line. This particular number line starts at 50 and ends at 80, but as you can see, there's an arrow right here. It keeps going, and that side keeps going as well. So we're just using this one because I think the problems on this page have to do with numbers from 50 to 80. Here's another number line. This one starts at 0 and ends at 10. As you can see, this one also has an arrow on both ends because it goes past 10 and it goes into the negative world, but we're only going to be using numbers 0 to 10 for the problems, and that's why this number line looks like this. Here's another example of a number line. Looks like this one starts at 40 and ends at 60 because the students using this one will be working with numbers between 40 and 60. Again, there's an arrow on each end because it keeps going, but our paper only ends up to here, so you're not going to be able to write infinite number of numbers. So now you know what a number line looks like. It's a line with numbers on it. This line shows numbers 55 through 65. And the reason why number lines are helpful to us is because you can use a number line to count on to find how many more and count back to find how many less. So if you go this way, you can find out how many more. If you go this way, you can find out how many less. So let's try this first problem here. 3 more than 60 is what? Well, if you start at 60 here and you want to find what's 3 more than 60, all you have to go is 3 more. 1 more, 2 more, 3 more. 3 more than 60 would be 63. Let's try a different one. What about 3 less than 60? We want to find out what number is 3 less than 60. Well, if we're looking for what's less than 60, we're going to have to go in the lesser direction where it gets smaller. This way goes smaller. So let's find out. What's 3 less than 60? Start at 60. Here's 1 less, 2 less, and 3 less. 57 would be 3 less than 60. Here's another number line. This number line shows numbers 50 all the way to 68. All right, so what number is 2 more than 52? 2 more than 52 is what? Well, I know just by looking at the words, you know what 2 more than 52 is if you add them together, right? That's 54. 52 plus 2 more. The more means to add. But if we want to use the number line to do this, all you have to do is start on 52. And then we're going to find out what's 2 more than that. So which direction would we go in? More, where the numbers get bigger? Or would we go in the direction opposite, where the numbers get smaller? Well, let's find out. 2 more than 52 is 52, 53, 54. Do you see how they're skipping? This one is a skip counting number line. It looks like it's skip counting. 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, 72. And even if it skip counts like that, it's still a number line. So to find 2 more than 52, you would go by 2's. 54. What is 2 less than 62? Well, here's 62. And we're not going 2 less, 4 less, okay? We're not doing that. Don't be tricked. This is not 1 less, 2 less. If you look here, you have to pay close attention to the numbers. 62, 1 less would be 61, which is in the middle here. And then 2 less would be 60. So what number is 2 less than 62? 60. So be careful. Some number lines skip numbers. Check out this number line. What do you notice here? Well, first thing you should do is read it out loud. 10, 20, 30, 40. I think this is not going in order, one by one. If you're thinking skip counting, you are correct. This number line shows numbers that are skipping by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay, you can still use this number line to add more numbers or subtract numbers. Here's my last example. This number line has numbers starting from 50 all the way to 95. And if you notice here, it doesn't go 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. No, it doesn't. Because you guys are now almost in 2nd grade, we're going to be skip counting on this number line. 50, 55, 60, 65, that's probably 70, 75. Looks like we're counting by 5s here. All right? And we can use this number line to help us count by 5s to get bigger and count less by 5. Go smaller. So that's what a number line is. I know you can identify a number line now, and I hope you know how to use it by moving up and down the number line. Now I want to teach you about these 2 new symbols called greater than and less than. Here's my favorite number 4. I'm going to show you how to use this greater than symbol. So 4 is going to be the small number. And then on the other side, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Wow! On the other side, look how big the greater than sign is. On this side, you've got 40. So 4 is on the tiny, tiny side right here. And then you go out, and this big, 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 big space right here shows you the greater side, 40. It's true, 40 is greater than 4. 40 is a lot bigger than 4. So this is how we use a symbol. We put 40 on this side because this side shows the big, gigantic space right here. And then the tiny little tail of the greater than sign right here, this little tail, that's pointing to the tiny number 4. So this is called comparing numbers. We're comparing 2 numbers. Sometimes the 4 could be a big number, but in this case, it is really small. Now watch me flip it over. Now we call this a less than sign, okay? So the number that I'm going to put over here is going to be less than the number I'm going to put on this big wide area, the wide side. I chose 40 to be my tiny number. 40 used to be a big number, but now I'm going to put it on my little tiny tail side. So what number do you think should be on the other side of this less than symbol? That looks about right. 444, what a great number. So 40 is less than 444. All right, so now you know how to use this greater than symbol, or it can be called the less than symbol. But I want to see if you can figure this out. Which one is greater than and which number is less than? They look pretty similar to me. This one has a bigger ones place and a smaller tens place. This number has a smaller ones place and a greater tens place. Which one is more? Well, always trust the tens place because the extra 10 is a lot more than the ones in the ones place. So since this is 76 and this is only 67, I think this is greater. So you would take this and place it so that the small part, the tail, is facing the smaller number, and then the wide gap is pointing to the greater number. All right, now I'm going to give you a challenge, okay? We're going to find out if these two numbers are greater than or less than. Here's the challenge. This number is called 55. 5 tens and 5 ones. This one is not 415. This one is just not finished yet. We have 15 in the ones, and I just didn't move that 10 over yet. So we have 4 tens and 15 ones. Which one looks like more? And which one looks like less? Look at it for a second. It kind of looks like this one has more ones. But remember to trust the tens. This one has more tens, but remember there's a 10 hiding over here. So before you start guessing, oh, this one is bigger, or oh, that one is bigger, before you start guessing, let's toss that out of the way. Let's move this one over. So there's 5 ones, and then that one carries over here. So there's actually 5 tens. So instead of 4, it's actually 5 tens. Okay? All right. What do you notice? Which one is bigger? Looks like they're both exactly the same. See? I tricked you. So now you know what greater than is for and what less than is for. And now you know that there is also an equal sign for equal to.